How we doing? Mark Joseph Szymanski back again with another video here. Um, I'm sitting in a hotel room in Marlton, New Jersey. I'm here for the Milec Cup, NBHL, National Ball Hockey League. It's pretty fun. Um, it's Saturday night. We play tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. For the the playoff day. This video is not really about that, although I do want to make another video about a different topic there. I just was sitting here and I was on my laptop and I was like, I want to do some work. I feel like I should be doing some work, but like I just can't. Like I can't. I've had this problem, and it's like I feel like I need to be doing more shit, but I said this, to myself, this next sentence, and I was like, I need to just talk about this because this is really concerning. I've introduced so much shit into my life, like totally, on my own accord. Like I've just created shit, like created things for myself to do, and I think that's good, but I also think that it's I think it's not all good. I think there's problems with it, and I'm starting to experience them, and it wasn't gonna be no problem, so this is to be expected. It's just a lot of shit, man. Like I look at my fucking bookmarks and I've got like 6 different like businesses up there plus my personal shit, and I'm like, I started like 6 businesses, and this isn't me having some sort of weird fucking moment where I'm just gonna like throw everything away. Absolutely not. Like I believe in everything and I love the things that I created and I stand by them and I'm gonna continue to see them through. It's an interesting thing that I did. I don't know why I did it. Or I don't know. I don't want to say I don't know why I did it, but like I like if I stop, just fully stop, and I just try to look back and think about all the things that I've done to this point to try to get this stuff going. And I'm gonna plug my phone in real quick. Hopefully that didn't fuck anything up. Anyway, I just think back to like all the stuff that I've done to this point, and I've learned so much, and I've experienced a lot, and I'm thinking now, like, I should just, obviously I'm gonna keep going, but like, I did so much. I got so wide, and I've said this multiple times, is I don't want to get any wider. I want to grow these things and do that, and I need help. And I'm not asking for the help. I'm not trying to find the help, really. So that's one big problem that I just keep pushing off. But, it's just crazy. It's just, I just think back and I'm like, why did I do all this? Like, why did I do these things? Because they're so weird. They're not weird in the sense of like weird things that I'm doing, but it's weird for somebody. I don't know anybody that's done this. Like, I don't know anybody that's like young, 25 years old and just started a bunch of like random shit. I probably, I mean, again, in retrospect, I don't know if it's a good idea to try to be doing so many things at once. So I don't know if there's going to come a time where I'm going to need to figure that out and just not do that, which is actually kind of right now, in a sense, in a small sense, because the next thought that I had before I turned the camera on was, you know what, we're going to be taking on more responsibility with the house and things, and we're really going to need to be a little bit more, even more intentional than we already are. We're going to need to be a little more precise or direct in the things that we're doing. And the reason is just because, like, simply we have we're gonna have bills to pay and all that, and Amanda and I as a family, and people, and living together, like we're gonna have to do a lot more to make sure that we're, I guess, on top of things, and we're um, just paying bills, and just not going into getting behind on shit. And I don't have any worries about that. Truthfully, I don't, because we are very responsible financially, and we don't have any other debt other than this mortgage that we're about to have, which again is like, it's definitely debt because you owe money, but it's like you're paying on something that you're actually building equity in, rather than like other stupid shit that you would just buy and have debt, with credit cards and all sorts of shit like cars and stuff. So I'm not super, it's not a bad thing. It's actually great that we're owning a home so early, I think. But I just, from the business perspective though, we got to make sure that we keep moving forward. And the thought that went through my head was like, I need to be intentional, direct, and I need to have more of a plan. And I really do think that the more that I think about it, the more I feel so passionately about like Szymanski media, that portion of that prong of my life, or my little business empire thing here. And that's just like all my personal stuff, like my, not personal, but like my personal brand stuff, like everything that I've learned. That's the thing that I probably enjoy the most. I like building websites. Obviously, I like doing podcasts. I like trying to make this clothing fucking thing work. That is just, there's so much just to that, it's like whatever. But I honestly think that at the end of the day, my biggest talent is like learning things, applying them in my life, and then sharing the results, and sharing like my take on it, my perspective. And because I've seen it, like every time I make a video like that, like going, like even if it's like a walkthrough or a tutorial, or like just those are like, in this case, like those are the videos that get views, but like that's because they're about a certain thing. But I think I'm good at that. I know I'm good at that. I'm gonna say I know I'm good at that. When I have like a thing that I been playing around with, whether it's a helium miner or a business bank account or a piece of software, tool, whatever, I have, for some reason, like from all the other skills, I guess, that I've attained or I've worked on or whatever, I can pick something up pretty quickly, and I can understand it at a level where it's like, okay, well, I understand how to use it, and then I also think about all the other ways that it could kind of be like better, or its shortcomings, its pros, its cons, that type of stuff. And I think that, and I like to communicate with that with people, and I think that I'm pretty decent at doing that, because I'm just meticulous in the way that I go about things. I try to be structured as possible. So really think all those things, it's just brought me to the point where it's like, that is something I think that really should really be put on the forefront, because I think what I need to do is I need to get to the point where I can feel more comfortable doing the things that I need to do, just because I have so much shit going on. Like I have so many fucking things, and it came about, like I said, it's whatever, it came about so fast, and I did it all myself, and it's all on me, but it all happened so fast in the period of like 2 years. Went from just working a job basically or whatever to having a life, 5-6 business fucking ideas, and structures and all that sort of stuff, and like little things that each one of them are doing very, very regularly. Like each one does shit regularly, has projects or whatever, and does stuff, and all of them have specific goals, and tasks that need to be completed. You keep all the administrative work, all that stuff, all that's been done by me. I don't want to say like I'm burnt out by any means, but I definitely think that here's the bottom line problem, is when you spread yourself thin like that across multiple fucking businesses, and none of them are like making like solid money, like the money that you want to achieve out of all of them, right? Like pick a number, right? Pick a number of what you want to net, right? Let's say you made $100,000 or whatever at your job, and then you want to break off of that, and you want to be an entrepreneur that pockets $100,000 or whatever, like even together, they're not making that number for me. And I don't even know what that fucking number is. I don't really have a number, but you understand what I'm saying, like just the comparison there. So my point being that I think what I need to do is I need to almost not 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 to not care about like the other ones, but I need to focus on one. If I'm going to pioneer one into that close, like to get to that revenue generating thing, I think the best one, most honest to God, the easiest one is Szymanski Media. And it's because that's just the name of the company, but ultimately it's just any MJS stuff. It's like all the stuff that I do, and I just need to work. I feel like I just need to work on that. But I'm not trying to complain here because I'm just trying to document what I'm feeling. So hopefully, if somebody's out there and they want to do something similar, if they had an idea to start 5 fucking companies, I could help them. Even if they want to start one, because I will tell you this: even if you have 2 ideas and you want to do both, like the trouble is that I have like 5 web design clients that like I'm trying to wrap up projects, and it's just like, there's a lot of shit that goes into that, right? And what I would like to do is like wrap up those projects and just kind of like chill for a little bit, or just be very, very much more selective on the projects that I take on, because I am one person and I've not like, I've not gotten that team. I think that I'm just really fucking myself because I'm so detailed and structure oriented that if I had one set of tasks that were pushing me to the right place, like I've just overwhelmed myself with the amount of shit that I have, and I have this feeling, or I don't, it's a belief, maybe it's reality, maybe it's not, that I can't get other people involved, because how would I compensate them? If I'm not making the amount of money that I need to make in order to do that, how would I compensate them to do the things that I need them to do to hopefully move it forward, or at minimum free up more of my time? And that's the other thing too, is like I actually don't think that I think that I do have a good amount of time. Like, I mean, I play hockey obviously, and I do a bunch of other shit, and I hang out with Amanda. We're trying to do this, remodel the house and stuff like that. Like, I mean, I definitely do other things, but like I still have time. The environment in which I have that time is not always the greatest, but still I have that time. So it's like weird. But this is the thing, that like talking to the fucking camera, like it's probably my favorite thing to do. I could just talk and talk and talk about like anything. And that is why I feel that Szymanski Media, MJS, like the personal brand and all that stuff is the ticket, at least to buying back some of the time, or the ticket to getting to the point where I can feel more comfortable and feel more relaxed in where we're at, all over. And again, it's not even a bad situation. It's just like I know that if I just don't feel good. Like I just don't feel good trying to do 5 things at once anymore. More than 5. I mean, and it's like I don't want to stop any of them though. But I just know that like that's how it always is. Like I'll want to pick up the clothing, for FBP, and like fucking finish that up. Like be like, okay, let's get 5 shirts, and let's we got some samples. Let's fucking throw some vinyl on them. Have the boys at Grapevine and Chimera, they throw some vinyl and screen print on and stuff. And like I've wanted to do that multiple times, but it's like, okay, well then I have samples and I have this, but like, well, what the fuck, like, And the other thing is like there's steps, right? I'm all about steps. I'm all about like order of operations. So it's like, well, I don't really want to even do that until I have a logo, like a specific pictorial logo for Fueled by Progress, like our Nike swoosh, right? And we don't have that. We just have FBP and Fueled by Progress or whatever, which is good, great name, but I just need something. I need something that is a little thing that you can put on, this is a nice-ish design or whatever, but like it needs to be something that's just like a little, like what everyone else has, a Gymshark. And And that space is so goddamn saturated and extremely competitive anyway, that like if I was gonna really do that, like I want to continue. I want the brand. Like the brand is going to be something of mine or whatever, and it's always gonna happen. It's always gonna be something. But because it's an incredible name and it means everything to me, and it's about to get trademarked. So just update video coming on that. But it needs to something. It needs to there needs to be something more. I mean, it needs to have it needs to have tangible aspect to it. It has a podcast. It's gonna have like ambassadors and stuff. We've already started on that. But again, there's so many steps to even that. Like, and I want the clothing. Like, I want there to be clothing with Fuel by Progress written on it. I want it to be clothing that I like to wear. And that sounds selfish, but like, first of all, it's my brand, but second of all, like, it's not just I would like to fucking wear the clothing. Like, it's clothing that like a lot of different people wear, and if it resonates, if the brand resonates with them, the clothing would resonate with them. I mean, it's just, that's just what I want to do, and that's going to happen. The more that I think about it, though, and again, like I've been saying in this video, I think that is like the next tier or the next level or the next like phase, because I don't know if like, because I always get to that point. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna, and I want the podcast, like that's one thing, like I can get back on that, but like, and I'm going to when we have our studio, but the fucking clothes, like there's so much to that, and like I want to do that, but like I feel like when I get into something, I want to go all in on it, and then I go all in on it for like a little bit of time, like whatever that thing is, and then I'm like, okay, well, let's now we finish that or whatever, but like, and now we do something else, because like that literally happened. I was doing something, I was like all into the clothing or whatever, Fuel by Progress for a little bit, and then I got some fucking website design projects, and it's like, okay, so we did that, and now it's like, okay, well, these are like really like either people are just like they're going at their own pace or whatever for the website design projects, or like it's this, that, or the other thing, and just not charging enough for those. It's a whole fucking mess. So then I go back to something else, and like what I've been doing recently, again, it's like it just rolls in phases, and I've been trying to do, obviously we have the house thing now, so like I've been trying to make content on that, and I've been pretty active on YouTube here, and it's been great for subscriber count and stuff like that. We're over 700 now, trying to get to 1,000, and just keep going from there. And I don't know, it's not hard. Like, the problem is for me, like, I don't know if I sound like an asshole when I say this, I really don't think too many things are hard. Like, it's not hard to have a YouTube channel and be successful. It's not. I could be, if I change, this is the whole premise of this conversation. I really think that if I change my mentality on the way that I do everything in my life, like what I'm doing in my life, I think that I honestly might get to where I want to be. Not even where I want to be, but like I might progress much faster. And here's the reason why. Like, if you're just consistent on YouTube and you put out good content, you're gonna grow. And I just put a video about my strategy about like vlogs and SEO or whatever. But there's so many things out there that you could talk about. And I don't give a shit what it is, like what you care about, but just make sure it's something that you have some experience with, you have some knowledge in, and that you're passionate about, and just fucking talk about it. And try to make it somewhat engaging, obviously. Some of mine obviously aren't engaging, and people don't want to listen to them, that's fine. But you know what? I always think about that too. I'm like, fucking Jordan Peterson's videos aren't engaging, and he's got millions of fucking, views on just the fucking lectures. Like people, those kids in that class probably didn't want to fucking listen to him, and like millions of people are fucking listening to him on, talk at university. So, I'm not worried about that. Like, if you gotta get your message, try to get it across. You want to get it across as best as possible and get it in front of people. But people don't want to listen. If people don't want to watch, that's fine. But I just know that people will watch. Like, enough people will watch the shit that you put out, whether it's like this, obviously, or once you establish that, maybe like these will grow once you establish more things like the helium video that I put up, and like the Nova video and stuff. I need more of that, and I'm no problem with doing that because I love that sort of stuff. I'm gonna find more things I think the strategy, like I said, I've been hinting to, the next thing that I need to do is I need to focus mostly on that, like the house content, things like this, and then other big tools in my life that I'm using and that I like, and experiences that I had that other people would have. Other people will be searching for knowledge on, and then by proxy, hopefully they come and they're more engaged. It's just like I said, it's just not. I just don't feel like things are hard. I just feel like they just require commitment and energy and effort. And I have no problem in doing. I think that's like the biggest thing with me right now. It's like that's like my Achilles heel in a way, or the thing that is fucking with me. Is that's where I need to get to. I need to understand that in order for me to succeed, or me to have success in something, I need to give basically 100% effort, and I need to be committed to it. And I'm committed to all of them, but like I'm not giving the effort to all of them the way that I need to. I need to I think I need to lean into Szymanski Media, put the other things not necessarily in the back burner, but not just not do not. Here's the actual thing. I need to realize what I'm doing. I can't. Like I stress out like all the time, or like I just like think, wow, I should be making clips for AM and the PM and putting them on TikTok and stuff. I'm like, dude, I can't do everything. Like that, when I come to that realization, hopefully very soon, or maybe in this talk, like when I realize that I can't do everything, I think I'm going to be so much better off. The next question, obviously, is how do you get people to help? And I don't really know. I assume that anybody that is going to help me needs paid. And I don't like the idea of having to take on paying somebody to do something when I feel like the money isn't really coming in the way that it needs to be. That might be a terrible way to think about it, though, because maybe like you paying them will make you more money, which is understandable. So I don't know. I gotta still figure that one out. We're still on the delegation fucking train thing, but looking at it like this, I'd love to get the Fuel by Progress close going, but I think that's a big back burner one because it's just going to be so much effort, or money, right? Effort or money, your time and your effort, or you pay somebody, or whatever. So we'll see about that. The podcasts are going to come back when I have a studio, an actual space I can invite people to. I can treat people properly rather than having it cold or hot as fuck. If you've been a part of that, I apologize. In my parents' shed. And then I'd love to grow the community. If you want to be an FBP ambassador, let me know. I'll send you the fucking information, because we have two that I've onboarded, but it hasn't been I haven't fully, because that's a whole process. I had this whole thing laid out. I was working real hard on it. I wanted to do it, and the site is great, and there's so much information on there. And then I was like, okay, we got them on there, and then I wanted to give them an agreement. I want to give them login stuff, for their, affiliate portion and stuff. I just look at shit. This is what I mean. Is I feel like I see the world in a way that is almost, I don't know, just simple. There's definitely things that are complex, but if you let's say I had a blank slate, right? Like when I did, and I thought, oh wow, it'd be cool to have a brand. This is literally how my head worked. Oh wow, Max Tuning has Ever Forward. It's a clothing brand. It's pretty cool. It means something. Obviously, it resonates with me. I'd love to have something like that. Then I came epiphany, Fueled by Progress. Fuck, that's it. So you do the research, obviously, and all that sort of stuff. And then you're like, okay, great, that's gonna be it. And then you go through all the steps to fucking do all that sort of stuff. It's just and then you get to the point though. It's it's not hard. It's not I just think of hard as something that's really difficult to do, even when you know what to do. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm doing things that aren't hard for me. I mean, we're just getting into semantics here, but I'm just saying, like, playing the piano, like, I know that you just have to hit the keys in a certain order at a certain timing or whatever, and you make a beautiful song. That is the hardest thing in the world for me. I can't do that, you know? And I just feel that, like, no matter how much I know about that, I'm not going to be better unless I, like, actually practice and put effort into doing that, right? And then maybe at that point it'd be, like, easier. But with all this other stuff, it's like, you don't have to be, it doesn't seem like you have to be, like, you just have to understand the shit. You just have to, you know, I don't know. Maybe that doesn't make any sense, but I don't know. I just really the broad point that I'll make on that though is that I just look at other people, what they did and what they had success with, and then I just fucking like try to copy it. Not even copy it like, you know, not carbon copy, just like names and information and process, but like, okay, like, let me try to get a quick good example. You know, other web developers, how do they build websites? What does their contract look like? How do they structure their payments and stuff? That's where you have to start. Like, you don't, like, we're in a beautiful time. You don't have to start from scratch. You can start from like your own thing scratch, but like you can layer on like a fucking platform, not even a real platform, but like you just stack different like little pieces of other people in and make a business. And then like obviously you do business as that like hodgepodge of shit, and then it becomes yours when you decide, you know what? We've been doing this pricing structure. That doesn't really make a lot of sense. Let's tweak it a little bit. Let's tweak our contract. Let's tweak our website. And then that becomes yours. And that's a beautiful thing. And I just think that people don't, they think that they have to start from scratch or whatever. And like they have no help, no nothing. I don't feel like that. I just feel like I need help actually doing the things that I need to do. And that's where I have a problem. I just have a problem right now with that. I don't know. Even after this talk, though, I feel better. Like I could just, like I said, I could just talk to this camera forever and that's what I need to do. I need to lean into this. I need to keep making videos, good quality content, because once we get to 1,000, we could do ads and stuff, and that's a whole nother thing. And I don't really like ads, but you know what? I pay for YouTube Premium, so if you don't want ads, you can pay for YouTube Premium too, I guess. But I'm not gonna fucking put them all over the place. I just think like one in the beginning or something, but. It's not even how I want to make my money. That's just a big milestone that I've been trying to reach, and I'm going to try to reach it this fucking year, because I told myself last year I was going to do it, and then it was mid-year this year. I was like, I'm still not going to do this year. It's going to happen. We're almost there. We might get it without fucking making more videos, but we're 100% going to make more videos. So that's just what we need to do. There's too many ways to make money. People are fucking dumb as fuck, and that's dumb as fuck when they say, let me finish that thought, dumb as fuck when they're like, oh, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna make money on this, that, and the other thing? Fuck you. There's definitely the opportunity to make money is literally everywhere. Everywhere in 2021. There's, first of all, everybody's hiring and nobody wants to work. That's a problem, obviously. So if you wanted to do something, you could just go get something. But I'm saying, like, even if you want to do something yourself and you feel that way, like, don't let anybody fucking stop you. There are so many ways to make fucking money. Is it hard to understand and like get to the point where you start making money in certain cases? Yeah, I mean, it's taken me a decent amount of time to figure out, well, I need to do this certain thing and like actually get people to care about the content, right, to get to the point where I'd make money off of that certain stuff. So you understand what I'm saying, hopefully. You know, it takes time, it takes effort, but you know, I just think there's too many ways. There's too many ways to make money that you might as well try, because like there's just too much opportunity. But I think this is almost 30 minutes. Just to wrap up, I appreciate anybody to listen to this, but honestly, you know, the content that I make like this is you know, truthfully just even more for me, because I feel tremendously better now. I think I might be like a verbal processor where I kind of need to hear the stuff, because I was just sitting here and just felt like shit. So I definitely feel better now. And you got to document the things you go through, because maybe one day somebody will be like, oh wow, this is where Mark was at one point, and now he's, you know, hopefully levels up from there, you know, and again, just to inspire hope, you know, whatever. But this was definitely helpful. and I'm gonna make sure that I have this strategy moving forward of kind of like focusing on this big piece of the thing that I do best, and then layering in the other stuff, and hopefully also at that same way, layering in other people to take a lot of that off my plate, because I got to do that. That's a big hurdle again that I gotta get through. So we're almost there. We're always making progress. We're fueled by progress, obviously. Um, but yeah, just a good talk, this one. So I greatly appreciate it. Look out for more content, house content, all sorts of shit. But I have a lot of opinions on things, a lot of experience, and I'm not gonna stop sharing, like, because that I think would be silly. So regardless of whether you watch it or not, I still greatly appreciate you. If you ever do have thoughts, questions, comments, whatever, on the stuff that I have to say, please let me know. I'd love to have conversations just as much, if not more, than I like talking to a camera, by myself in a hotel room on a Saturday night. So, thank you. It's been another episode, or another, they're not episodes, that's a podcast thing. Whatever. I'm tired. Another video. See you later.